So let's talk about the software. Now, with a Nexus device, we don't get lots of bloatware. What we do get is all of Google's core apps and services fully integrated into the device. Now that starts now with a new launcher. Now the launcher is fully integrated with Google Search and vice versa. And so you can pull up a search from the home screen as you could always. But now there are also voice commands which allow you to say, "OK Google," and the device will kick off Google Now and you can run your search query. Now I'm actually having some problems with it today. I installed the SwiftKey keyboard last night, and now for some reason my voice commands aren't working, even though they should be and all my settings are perfect. So I will just show you a video now of how that works and then come back and we'll carry on talking about the rest of the software. OK Google, what's the weather like today? Software-wise, like I say, we get all of the core Google experience. So we have Gmail, Google+, the new Photos app, which at some point is probably going to replace the Google Gallery, but not just yet. We now have Google Gallery and this Photos app, which is tied really into Google+. Google Maps, the people or contacts list, Google Calendar, Google Keep, Drive, and YouTube. We also have Hangouts, and a new phone dialer as well. Now the phone dialer is again fully integrated with the Google search system, so you can search for contacts. Instead of providing huge numbers of contacts and a fairly ugly interface, now you can do everything via a simple search query, and the most used will appear at the bottom here with photos as necessary. There's a new phone dialer which is very nicely integrated and just looks awesome when it's popping up like that. And then you've got your options on the side here. All very nicely done. It's a beautiful carded design and it works very nicely. Now, Hangouts has a major new feature that has been added in, which is now SMS integration within Hangouts. So if one of your Hangouts contacts sends you an SMS, instead of it going into the separate messaging app like it used to, it all comes into Hangouts. Effectively, Hangouts is your messaging client from now on. You also get Google Chrome, which has been updated, I think, to the latest WebKit build, or whatever Google are doing with WebKit these days. And there's also the Google Camera app, and as I highlighted earlier in my review, the Camera app is atrocious, and really Google should be ashamed that they even shipped it. It's so buggy. It makes their camera look weak, when the camera actually isn't that weak in my opinion, but the app is very weak. We also have access to Google Play Music, movies and books, and the Play Games app, which is very nice, by the way. Overall, it's a great package of basic software. If you only use Google services, it's absolutely fine. If you happen to be tied into Samsung HTC services already, it's going to be a bit of a retrograde step for you, unfortunately. But overall, the whole experience with the Google Android 4.4 is very good. It's a very fast operating system, and not just because of the upgraded hardware specs that the Nexus 5 offers. Overall, it's very tight and fluid. There's none of this kind of stuttering or lagginess that we've seen in other versions of Android. Now, there is still the occasional stutter when you're installing something, but that's kind of par for the course. We see that on absolutely every Android device out there, and even iPhones. So, you know, it's not something that I even really mark a device down for anymore. It's just the way software works on these devices. Trying to read and write data to the flash memory simultaneously is going to cause a little bit of stutter. So, overall, the software package is really excellent. The Gallery app is okay. It's been hanging around now for a little too long. Probably about time the Photos app did kill that off, actually. If you're interested in knowing how you get into your widgets area, because that's moved now, you long press, and that will then bring up your home screen overlay. You can access your wallpapers and your widgets and also your settings. So if you go into widgets, you've then got access to all of your widgets there, and you can just do a long press to drop them onto the home screen. Long press, drag, drop. Easy as that. In my opinion, Google have put together a very good update to Android. 4.4 might not be the revolution we were all hoping for, that we came to expect might be Android 5, but it's a very good, solid update, and it's good to see that there is still this progression at Google at, tweaking and fixing and making things faster and better. Overall, each stage of Android has got better and better and better. I would say that I think they need to put a little bit more time and effort into their camera app and some of the other apps that, are kind of go-to apps for most users, and if the experience isn't great, it's not giving a great experience of the hardware. But you know, maybe Google will patch that over the next few weeks and things will improve quite considerably.